Hey, Weez, do you think the Megamine spinoff is going to be as bad as, not as bad, but it's going to be as good as Konosuba?
I'm sure it's gonna be fine.
Do you think it's just going to be fine?
I have no idea. I don't have any expectations for it.
Me neither, really. I'm excited for it because I hear the manga spinoff is really good, but I have no idea what the show is even.
I kind of would rather have season 3 than a random spinoff, but
Well, they're producing season 3 as well.
yeah.
They're doing the spinoff first, and then season 3 I think is going to be in a year or so.
I wonder how long it's gonna be. I don't know how many episodes it's slated for, but
It says it's slated for
is it gonna be like a full 12?
12 episodes.
Oh wow,
Yes. So it's going to be a full season.
that's wild.
I don't know if that's going to cover the entire manga spinoff or if they're going to do like a season 2. If it's going to be like a Railgun type spinoff where they're going to have
Yeah.
like more seasons.
Doesn't Railgun have a spin-off of its spin-offs?
So there's a certain magical index, and then there's a spin-off Railgun, and then there's a spin-off Accelerator, and then there's a spin-off of Railgun called Astro Buddy.
You can't see it, but I am audibly just blinking in concern.
Yes, I think there's blood coming out of his ears. His brain just
If it's like
it's like MCU level, just
MCU is worse now.
cringe.
it's probably just one. Oh, there's 5 volumes of this. Wow.
So what? An average anime, depending on the episode type, it could be 2 to 3 volumes.
Explain to me this. Why a show about a dude that ends up in another world, if I'm remembering this right, because I watched the first few episodes of Konosuba at the same time I watched ReZero.
Oh, that's always a good time.
Those are great shows to watch.
Yeah.
Near the same
Anyway, I think they came around the same time.
I think
Also, a
so,
lot of
yeah.
people like doing crossovers with both of them.
Anyways, if you're watching a show about a dude going to another world, I know I peaked there.
We're training Ramen Cat today.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway,
He likes to mouth the microphone.
Just put it all in there. Anyway, you're saying
I lost my train of thought.
you were talking about.
Anyways,
Konosuba.
why do you want to watch a spin-off of a character that's always in the world? Doesn't that kind of defeat the point of an isekai? Or is she going to get isekai'd into the modern world,
It's-
and then she's just going to be blowing crap up
That is
and going
interesting.
to jail?
This Konosuba spinoff isn't an isekai. It's just a fantasy story.
That is gonna be cool. The thing
Just
is like
saying, that cover art does not look like it leads to appropriate things, Weez.
It's Konosuba. What are you expecting?
Oh yeah, good point.
Also, the light novel cover is way worse than the
Yeah,
anime.
that's what I was
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
about.
Light novel covers are the worst. They're always like extremely sexualized, and the show is like super tame.
Meanwhile, guy with butterfly, is this hentai?
I mean, it's not as bad as the index light novels because the first one has a index, which is the maid
Mhm.
lolly on the cover, and then you open it up and it's just a full like photo of her in the shower.
Huh.
Yeah,
These are the same fears I have of buying Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man can be worse because there's lots of just naked people on the cover.
Yeah.
Not as bad as Berserk though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's issue 12 of Jujutsu Kaisen. I was like, must smuggle into house.
Oh yeah, that
Even some
cover's pretty bad.
Noragami covers, I'm like, not putting this on a Christmas wish list.
Oh, I put all the Jujutsu Kaisen on wish list. If anyone wanted to challenge me about it, it's just like, it's a crime series. So everyone looks like they're Yakuza mafia people.
That's why I like the Kaiju number 8 covers because all of them, they're all in full armor. They're covered in blood, but it's because they killed a kaiju behind them. So it's great.
What the Tokyo
Nice.
Ghoul covers, which are amazing artwork.
They're
Those
great
are cool.
artwork, but aren't some of them pretty risky as well?
No, they just
No,
look
they're all
like
in
you're.
watercolor.
It just looks like you're an edgy teenager who listens to My Chemical Romance all day.
You don't?
I still listen to My Chemical Romance.
But
My Chemical
all
Romance, Falling in Reverse, Black Veil Brides. like,
Okay,
come
Falling in
on.
Reverse's newest episode, or
just
episode. It's basically an episode if you watch the music video, but the newest song. It's like one of the best like rap rock songs I've ever listened to.
Motionless in White. Do you want me to keep going with
Yes.
the edgy music?
Let's go.
Demon Slayer is getting a new season, which is cool.
I thought it was
Besides,
a
for
movie.
people got ripped off with the movie.
That is funny. Like, I don't know why. I mean, they just made the movie to make money, but people are like, "Oh boy, new Demon Slayer movie," and then they watch it. It's like this was the last season and like 2 episodes of nothingness.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, I'm just gonna watch the anime.
yeah, me too. I'm sure they'll have like a recap for the first episode, and they'll be fine.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just the first episode of the anime is what was in the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
That's great.
Still have not season 2.
you gotta watch it. It's pretty good. It's
Eh.
short too. It's only 12 episodes.
Yeah.
Well,
I would say it's worth watching.
yeah, it's worth watching. It's
Yeah.
very pretty.
Yeah.
It looks good.
I liked season 1, and then the ending came. I was like, okay, I'm done.
Didn't you like the movie?
Eh.
Really?
What do you
Yeah.
not like about
I
the
thought
movie?
the
The
movie
fact
was
that
on
it felt like a
fire.
bunch of episodes mashed into a movie.
It was a
It
bunch of
was.
episodes mashed into a movie. You can watch them as episodes.
That's
though.
literally what I did not like about it.
Same. Yeah, that's because like Akaza's entrance just comes out of nowhere. It's like, oh, if this was a new episode or another chapter in the manga, this would make sense. But
Yeah.
as a movie, it's just like this guy shows
And
up out of
that's-
nowhere.
That's the thing that kind of bugged me. It's like, okay, season 1 was popular enough. You guys already have a budget to do a movie.
Right.
You don't need to just cram episodes together to be cheap.
That's what I'm kind of afraid the Spy X Family movie is going to turn into.
I think that's probably a spin-off, like non-canon
You
thing.
think?
Because
That
they
would
are
be
doing
cool.
season 2. So
Okay.
it's probably just a
See,
one-off adventure
That
thing.
would be the thing too. Like with something like Demon Slayer, if they actually wanted to do a movie, you could literally do a movie not about the main character, so you don't disrupt the main story, and just do a side
kinda
off
cool.
thing.
You
They
could.
did turn it into episodes though. Like you can watch the movie as
Oh,
episodes.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
It's
I remember
alright.
trying to explain that to my coworker that likes Demon Slayer.
mhm.
And he was just like, "Yeah, I heard about this movie, and I don't really want to watch the movie because I'm not into anime movies." I'm like, "Just watch the episodes."
Yeah.
He was like, "What do you mean there's episodes?"
There's
And
yeah.
then he was like, "Why is it a movie then?" I'm just like, "I don't know."
They made the movie because they wanted to make money and wanted a movie budget, and then they turned it into
Says he
episodes.
doesn't like anime movies, and I know it's not a movie, but how freaking long it is he watches Bleach.
That's true.
To be fair, I
In
don't
our
really
time.
like movies either. Okay.
But yeah, he does movie review podcast time thing.
This isn't a movie. Oh,
That's
that's,
work.
true. Yeah. That is work. I don't I mean I mentioned it in the last review. I don't like movies that
He
much.
also was like, I want to watch Jurassic Park.
I've never seen
And
Jurassic
then we
Park.
watched 1917. I'm
1917.
sure I'm wrong
Okay.
about the year.
1917 was a beautiful movie.
Yes,
I
we'll
went-
talk about that
Went
later.
through the war. Anyways, Hell's Paradise.
This looks really good.
I feel like Hell's Paradise was an old manga.
It might be. It's a Mappa animated, which means it's gonna look very pretty, and it's about a group of criminals. It looks like it's like not Imperial. Like
Ito.
no, not Edo. Just
Feudal.
feudal Japan. Yeah, thanks. It's like feudal Japan, like era, and it's these criminals that I think the main character said he's like a ninja, so he's probably like against the shogun or whatever that has him captured. Anyways, they're sent to a remote island to retrieve the elixir of life. So it's just a bunch of like crazy serial killer, awful people having to go on an adventure. Sounds interesting.
Me accidentally punching the mic. I apologize. My arm started cramping up.
We said one fist away, your face away from the mic.
Oh,
Don't
I am-
punch the mic.
I applied my fist to the mic.
So that show looks pretty cool.
I'm excited to watch that one. Another one I want to watch is a sci-fi show called Heavenly Delusions. It's it reminds me of like a story like 1984 or what's the other one? Brave New World?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Oh, 1984. You mean the Orwellian dystopian future?
Yeah, that's what it kind of reminds me of.
The one we
Like-
live in now?
These kids are like super sheltered, but they're sheltered like by these robots in like this city that has like walls and stuff. So it's kind of like Darling in the Franks in a way.
I just figured modern world with Amazon and Google watching over us
Yeah, it's
Every-
basically.
every
Sounds
second of
cool.
the day.
But it basically has these two main characters, and they just start discovering things about the world, and it's kind of like a very classic like sci-fi dystopian. But it looks good. The animation is super good. It's by why can't I find the studio?
That's an interesting
Production
studio name.
IG.
Yeah, Production IG, which is they're a really good studio. So
Yeah.
but yeah, that's one I'm looking forward to. And then the other one is that Harry Potter.
I am super
ripoff.
excited for Mashal. I've heard it's really funny. The whole concept is just like wizard world where they kill all the muggles and
Yeah.
like if you're born without magical power, they just kill you because you're like whatever. There's really strict about like everyone has magic. That's how we exist. That's how life is. So this dude has no magical powers and is just super freaking strong. And everyone thinks he's like the top student in the class just because he's so strong. So there's just like a bunch of comedy about him like overcoming this stuff by just being a massive Chad. And that's
Transmute the rock to dust and pass through. Smash.
pretty much, yeah. Or like I've heard there's like a scene in the manga where they're doing like broom riding and he like picks up the broom and just throws it and then jumps on it to like pretend that he's riding it.
That's great.
Okay, it's
So-
not broom riding, it's broom gliding.
Yeah. So
Well,
it's
I saw part of the trailer where he's like literally just twirling like a bench bar with like 500 pounds on
Yeah.
it with his fingers, like it's a freaking
Turn the
baton.
barbarian multi-classes into mage.
Right.
yeah. So it sounds I love that kind of concept where everyone has like a thing and the main character just has the opposite of that and doesn't care at all, but still is like the most powerful character. It's like One Punch Man kind of humor.
I
and
like
it's
they
great.
added the fact that like if technically he's discovered, he's gonna be killed.
Yeah.
So that adds like a sense of
If they can stop him.
that's true.
Yeah.
But it adds like a sense of like there's a bad guy in a way instead of it just being like a comedy.
At the
So-
very
Yeah.
least, he's like a major outcast.
Yeah.
like,
So that'd
from
be cool.
this world. So
The trailer looks super good. So
I'm definitely gonna watch it and probably make a review about it.
I know Ramen Cat's excited about Ancient Magus Bride.
Yes.
He wants to be
'cause
depressed again, apparently.
Yeah, okay. It was only episode 3 is depressing. The rest of it's like
You told me episode 3 made you want to go walk outside and hang off a tree.
well, not those exact words, but episode 3 did make me kind of hate life. Maybe it was episode 4. Whichever one has the dragons.
The dragons?
The dragons.
How are dragons depressing? They're dragons.
Yeah, dragons are depressing.
Are they?
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
I'll take your word on it. As far as
Anyways.
I know, dragons are awesome.
I'm hoping, I'm looking forward to this because this is going to be, from what I heard, it's the main character is going to like a mage academy, which like all through season 1, the main character's been hounded. Send your girlfriend apprentice thingy to the mage school because she's like this super powerful type of magic user. It like draws in magic.
Oh,
to the-
that's why the cover art is her just standing in like this academy.
yeah.
Okay.
But like she's what's called a sleigh baggy, which like Fae and stuff are drawn to, but also like they can like build up tons of magic to the point they can kill themselves.
That's not good.
Yeah, no. And so like there's like been a few players throughout the show like, you need to send her to this place. It's not right that you just like keep her shelter here. And the demon Fae dude that's the main character, I can't think of his name, it's like, no, she's mine.
Oh,
Lots of
okay.
depression and weird feelings going around.
It sounds pretty good.
Also, there's an alchemist who can't die. He's a
Okay.
child and a psychopath.
Oh.
So there's a villain in the show if you want to watch season 1. I don't know about season 2, but season 1 had a villain.
Hey, you had me at looking at the poster for it, and it's, the main character is a redhead. So
Yes,
I'm
because
like,
she's half Irish, half Japanese.
nice. That means by law I have to watch it.
And the whole thing, why she's the way she is, she was for the longest time terrified of like seeing things because she can see like the like supernatural and stuff. And
Oh.
being in Japan, she got to see some of the worst spirits and demons.
Right.
Meanwhile, now she lives in England, gets to see like fairies and monsters and stuff.
Okay, so it's a anime that's not like set in Japan then.
No, it's in England.
Okay, cool. It's
It's a
weird. I kind of like
super-
those better.
It's a
sometimes.
super like kind of somber show.
Okay.
But it's got good moments. It gets a little rushed at the end of season 1. Well, quite a bit rushed, but
Yeah.
that's most anime. Anyways,
I know it was one of those anime that everybody thought it was never going to get a season 2. So it's cool that it's going to get a season 2.
yeah, actually, it's got a movie too. I think it's The Night of Storms and the Boy from the East or something like that.
Really? I'll have to look it up.
I don't know if the movie like has anything to do with the show or if it's just a one-off thing.
Right. It might be like a One Piece type movie. Ancient Magus Bride, Those Awaiting a Star, Part 1.
Oh, that's a different thing. Haven't seen that either.
I don't see just a movie.
And I've been watching this with my girlfriend, so I'm not the only one that gets to be depressed.
Yeah. Nice.
So yeah, that's about all I got. That airs right now. We're recording. It'll be out on the 6th, but who knows when this will be released into the obscene void of the internet.
This will be released on the 12th of April.
Well, 6 days ago it will have released.
So yeah, I guess next podcast we'll see how it turns out because you'll have 2 episodes to watch.
Yeesh.
So yeah, nice. Actually, most of these that we talk about, I think, are coming out pretty darn soon.
Yeah, the Konosuba one, the first episode's out already.
Moshi is coming out the 8th, which will be cool.
Mashal's coming out the 7th.
Heavenly Delusions, there's already 1 episode out, and I think there's going to be another one before you guys listen to this.
Demon
so cool.
Slayer's 9th.
So we'll be able to talk about that next podcast, see how those turn out.
We won't. We'll be doing a movie review.
I meant the next one.
There's also a bunch of other anime coming out like Dr. Stone, but none of us really care about it.
I tried Dr. Stone and I dropped it halfway through season.
Vinland Saga is still coming out, which I do need to catch up on, and I'm going to. So
I might just let it finish and just binge it.
Yeah, it's a good idea too.
Over the Moon with You or for you, I think it is. Kamikawa. Over the Moon for You season 2 is coming out, so that's cool. I want to watch that.
Yeah, didn't you watch the first season?
Yes. It's
Nice.
weird because I think the first 2 seasons, the anime or the manga goes into the fact that she's like immortal and she's actually like thousands of years old. But like the first 2 seasons, I think is like a pretty classic romance anime. Besides for the fact that she gets hit, she stops a truck from killing him.
Dang.
And she just like bleeds a little bit, and that's it. So like, there's some background stuff going on to like what's going on with her family. Like her family has like supposedly like piece of the moon.
It's just you said she gets hit by a car and bleeds a little. I just thought of one of the antagonist and Inspector. She walks out in the middle of the road, gets hit by a car, sits up. Oh, here's your winning lottery ticket.
Is that the one without the eye and leg?
No, the antagonist has both eyes, legs. She regenerates.
Oh, I was thinking of the lolly.
Oh yeah, the goddess of
Yeah.
wisdom for the yokai. Yeah, no, she can't get hit by a car.
No? She would die.
She'd die.
Oh,
She'd
okay.
go squish.
Oh yeah, we don't want.
She's just a person.
I love how drastic anime is compared to each other, where there's like Birdie Wing Golf Girl Story season 2, and it's all nice and wholesome, and right next to it is Dead Mount Death Play, the
What?
edgiest little freaking anime I've ever seen.
Oh, I saw that one. That does look edgy. As
A
all
battle
get out.
between a hero and a necromancer rages on with a fight across space and time.
Availability North America.
It's by Studio Geek Toys.
I have never heard of them, but okay.
Nobody has. So yeah,
it looks like it'd be good. I don't know. Yeah, it was kind of funny. So many people think that like all anime should be cutesy and stuff, and it's not a genre; it's a theme. So, or not a theme. What is it? Art style? Not art
It's
style.
an art style with multitudes of genres.
It's not even an art style because there's
it's a
different art
medium.
styles.
It's a medium.
A medium. That's the word I was
It's an
thinking.
art
of.
medium.
Yeah. So, because like there's also like
It's
the
a
new the
anime-
new Chainsaw spin-off or like
It's an
the creator
animation.
Chainsaw's coming off a new manga.
Yeah.
So that looks super good as well. So I'm excited
Kind
for
of
that.
looks like something that should belong in like Soul Eater.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Like the demon like girl. She looks a lot like the
Demon
new character in the part 2 of Chainsaw Man, so that's gonna be interesting.
Oh, it is a short story manga collection featuring Chainsaw Man's author's earliest work.
Oh, that's super cool.
It's rough, raw, and it's pure Tatsuki Fujimoto.
Killer mermaids, gender swapping, and a devilish little sister with the power to end the world. 4 more unforgettable short stories that reveal the starting point of Tatsuki Fujimoto, the twisted mastermind behind Chainsaw Man.
That sounds like an average Monday to me.
Yeah, that
I
is
like
average
the
for me,
idea
though.
of them marketing it as like, look at this messed up dude and what he's writing, and the guy's like, I just wanted to write fun stories.
Yeah, exactly. The most messed up people are usually the happiest. Like, look at Ito
Junji.
Ito Jinji.
Yeah.
With the cat ears on.
Well, it's funny. People always compare interviews with the guy that does all the Ghibli films
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
compared to like interviews with Ito Jinji. Ito Jinji's always like got cat ears on and super happy. And the other guy, what is his name?
See, here's the thing.
Miyazaki
Usually
Yeah.
when you
is always like down and gloomy and talking about the end of the world.
It's kinda like
usually- Oh, sorry. go ahead.
Keanu Reeves being like super like nice and happy all the time, and then all the movies he plays in, he's just like a psycho murderer.
Yeah,
See, that's the thing. Is like for people that do horror or a lot of times dark stuff, they got all their crap together. It's a theme that they like.
right.
Yeah. And then
Like Ito Junji's definitely, I guarantee, probably just a horror movie junkie.
Oh, probably.
yeah, definitely.
So he's like, I like horror. I like making creepy stuff because I think it's funny to make people squirm.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not saying for the guy, but that's usually when you're a fan of horror stuff.
And then Miyazaki is like, this is true art. It's like it's a girl that goes to a spirit world.
It's a goldfish, buddy.
Hey, that was pretty true
like,
art, though.
Walked out of his like son's movie because he's like he wasn't ready yet.
What?
What?
Yeah.
He actually did that? That's I don't know. That's not great. That's like messed up.
That's artist level.
He's yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
I'm glad nobody supports me in my artistic careers, and I have no way to be disappointed.
All right. Well, you know what we got to do is we got to walk out on boom.
Yep.
Bring it. Shatter my soul some more.
He used this editing style. Very odd. Not a great choice.
Wait, there's editing style?
Yes. You can tell from YouTube because you watch one video and it's like, hey guys, this is Moist Critical with another short, easy video. And then it's like, welcome to Gen Z video editing, blah, 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 meme voice.
But in that one sentence, they have 12,000
yes.
cuts.
Yep.
I hate that. I hate it when
It's
people
so
don't even like
annoying.
finish a sentence before they cut.
Or they just put in random jokes that it feels like they just put in random things from movies that don't really fit with what they're even talking about.
Yeah.
And it feels like there's an inside joke that you don't get. And that's like the whole video is that.
Honestly, that's why I like doing podcasting and I like listening to podcasts more. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
at least just people having a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I
That's
can't
why.
ever find a podcast doesn't sound like lightning in a can.
That's true. I try, but some like we're working with prehistoric tech right now, so it doesn't sound that great.
1984.
And if you want a podcast that sounds really good, they're always just like politics.
Today on NBC News.
Or
it's
there's the
drunk people talking about things.
well, yeah,
Oh.
or it's just the stoners. There's like so many podcasts that just like sounds like
Yeah.
stoners being like talking about these weird concepts that you're like, what do you so AI is a very interesting piece of technology.
Okay, I do have one political thing I want to talk about because I find it absolutely hilarious with the new big thing that's coming out, AI.
Yeah.
Somebody made a video / thing
Mhm.
where, okay, so obviously probably half the world knows that supposedly Donald Trump is getting arrested.
Yeah.
Somebody made a fake thing of where he actually got arrested and like tried passing it as real. even though he's still like he hasn't done the whole thing yet.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I found that funny when I was just like looking through Reddit.
Yeah. There's so many things like that.
I also saw. I don't know. It's getting weird because like I was watching Neurosama, the AI VTuber, and like she's arguing with her coder, like the programmer, the guy that made her. She's like arguing with him, and like it is so weird. Like it is gonna be weird seeing AI stuff like enter like anime stuff. Like soon, I wouldn't be surprised if people start making like AI generated manga.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like partially
Solar flare, here we
it
go.
might kind of die out because I think people will get sick of the novelty.
I hope
and
so.
and realize that just normal manga and VTubers and stuff are better than
Well,
the AI.
Let's
Right.
put it
Like-
this way: when a man walks out on his own son's movie, art will never die.
That's true.
That is true. Because it does feel like people are like, whoa, look at this AI thing just because it's AI. It's not actually like good.
Right.
It's not. Look at the detail.
The
Look at this
only
thing.
AI that has been like good that people have liked is usually
the one that controls the orbital strike systems.
no, it's stuff that like
That one's always gonna be good.
it's stuff that they like make and then it helps like render like finish it off kind of stuff.
Yes,
like
the
someone
assistant
still
AIs.
like someone still has to make the thing and then it just like makes it more
Air
whatever.
quote: this is not an AI generated podcast. We are not AIs. We are real people.
In a way, it is. Because I use AI programs to do filtration.
We use Chat GPT for the entire script of everything we're
You
saying.
weren't supposed to tell them that. Why am I reading this off a script?
Speaking of Chat GPT, I made it have an existential crisis when you were letting me play with it.
That was kind of fun.
Because I just wanted to know blueprint. Actually, I had an existential crisis twice. I had an existential crisis because I wanted to know like a detailed plan on how to colonize each planet in the solar system, which should not have been that difficult for a computer to figure out. And for some reason, it's like, oh no, you're going to be a tyrant. It's like, no, I just want to know how humans survive on all these planets. And then I ask, because I've heard of it and I've always found it fascinating, is a Dyson sphere, a supercomputer built around a star.
Yeah.
And its response, its bullcrap response at the very end, it goes through like detailing, well, we could do this and this and this, but we don't want to do this because we might strip out the resource. And I even stated in theory, theoretically. Anyways, it was upset because we'd strip out the resources of our planet, wealth redistribution would be affected, and intergalactic life might be threatened.
I do find it funny how the AI is worried about so-called theoretical intergalactic life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
The
just
AI
wanted
is like
to know,
theoretically there might be aliens.
I
and
just
if
wanted
there
to know
is-
how, because there's blueprints on the internet and stuff. Explain to me, dumb caveman, how to build computer around star so I can play Arma 10.
It is interesting. The just AI differences and like the different capabilities because they train it differently. But I don't know,
Yeah.
it's way beyond us on an anime podcast. So I just thought it
Anyways.
was funny, just the meme
Rant
stuff that's still coming
complete.
out about it.
I
Uh,
finished reading Trigun.
Yeah,
'Cause
you
nobody
did.
cares about seasonal anime anymore. We're done with it
Forever.
forever.
Realistically, people only watch the memes and then say they watch the show.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, that's how I personally.
Nobody watches anime anymore because I don't watch anime anymore. What?
What?
Oh, we're just
What?
impersonating YouTubers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyways, I finished the Trigun manga, and it was an interesting experience.
It sounds messed up by the things
So-
you've told me.
These are kind of spoilers, but the world almost ends. Like it goes off the rails. There's a guy that has 3 arms and
Going
split
off
personality
the rails on a
disability. What
Censor
is it called?
strike.
Split personality disorder. There's one of the he gets pierced through the chest with like this giant nail, takes down one of the like major gung-ho guns by grabbing her and pulling her onto the nail that he is pierced into. Like, it's pretty brutal. It's pretty messed up. It's pretty epic.
Dang. Okay.
Like the scene, basically, like Trigun, the anime, really kind of like tamed it down from what the original was. It still has that like comedic, funny like vibe to it, but it also has like when Vash puts the gun to the head of the one guy, one of the first gung ho guns he fights. He like kills a bunch of people and Vash goes crazy and puts the gun to his eye and is
Yeah.
like almost shoots him. In that scene in the manga, he gouges out his eye with the gun
Oh,
in
wow.
that scene. He ends up not killing him, and then later he finds him crucified outside of town because he failed, so they killed him, and that's how they killed him, is they just straight up crucified him.
This sounds more like a classic like 90s story than
Yeah.
what we got with like Trigun.
It's pretty intense. It also just gets wild. Like partially some of the stuff from like Trigun Stampede, like they adapted some of the manga where Knives goes around, steals a bunch of the plants.
Mhm.
He merges with them and then becomes this freaking Evangelion monster in the sky and plans to like kill all of humanity.
Hear me out. What if Evangelion and Trigun are tied together and those are just humans that escaped?
It
could be.
pretty much.
Shinji didn't get in the robot.
There's a lot of interesting little details. It's a really interesting world. It's a pretty good manga, but it's very like combat focused. It's not, the story isn't super detailed. There's a lot of things that aren't like super, like you
Planned out.
kind of have to like be focused on it and read between the lines of figuring out the world and the situations and stuff, because it doesn't always explain like every little thing that's happening.
That
There's a-
sounds like a more like an early 90s manga
Yeah.
where it's not like nowadays they focus a lot on detail. And,
Yeah.
like-
It's not incoherent, but it really heavily focuses on fights too. Like a huge chunk of the manga is just fight scene, fight scene, fight scene.
Hey,
So I
that's
feel
cool.
like if they adapted the manga into an anime, it would be awesome because they could animate all the fights super cool, and then just like I feel like they could add little details and like there's just transitions of like this person is over here in this situation and now they're over here in this situation, and there's no like connection of where
Right.
that happens. So just like little things to like tie it together better. And you could even add stuff like they did in the original. I think it would be awesome. And I wish they had done that instead of made a whole new story, because that would have been awesome. But they didn't.
Yeah, I watched about half of Stampede before I got distracted and busy with life.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm pretty disappointed with it overall.
Yeah.
Like there's some cool moments. Like I did like the CG. Okay, this is a hot take. I like the CG animation.
It is actually good. Yeah.
If you just turn your brain off and just like, oh, this is like a pretty like smooth like animation.
But if
Yeah.
it was produced with AI,
Oh, it'd be so much better. So much better.
they got to pull a gun and they've got 10 fingers.
Yeah, it was just bizarre because they just crammed like so much into it. If they had a slower, like Trigun could probably use maybe like 70 episodes or something. Like
yeah,
it's a
like
pretty
a 3
long
season run.
Yeah, it's like a long like overarching story, and even you could even put random filler like side adventures into it if you wanted to, because
Right.
it really fits within the world super well. But yeah, there's some wild stuff that happens. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good manga.
I plan on reading it.
I would recommend it if you like Trigun a lot.
I like Trigun. I'm trying to read through One Punch Man currently, so that's gonna be a while until I get to Trigun.
Yeah.
I feel like One Punch Man, like I've never read the manga, but it's like you just like take a magnifying glass and look at all the detail.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
is that way. It's crazy how it went from like a webcomic to now it's a full-fledged manga. Like the webcomic art is horrible.
It went from that to one of the best like manga artists like
Yeah.
working right now. Like it maybe the best. Like
Like
the
this
art
rivals
is incredible.
Berserk type
Yeah.
of art. So yeah, it's
Dang.
definitely like the giant. So the brothers and the guy that's a giant. Like just reading that scene in the first couple chapters. Like
Yeah.
it's just all the detail and stuff is insane. It's great.
Yeah, people when like the best like manga art comes up, people always mention One Punch Man. It's just
Oh,
like
for
some
sure.
of the best ever, which is crazy for like this like parody like shonen series,
Right.
and what it starts with and what it ends up as is really
I
funny.
mean, the story isn't much of a parody anymore, as it's more like
Yeah, I know it does.
just
like
insane world that it's part of. Like we
Yeah.
get backstory why One Punch Man is, well, One Punch Man. We get like why Tatsumaki, is that her name? There's Fubuki, which is like
Oh yeah,
there's Terrible Tornado. I forget her name, and then there's Fubuki, which is Blizzard. I think her name is. Like we get all their backstories because they're technically like one of the only superpowered individuals because they have Esper abilities.
yeah.
Mm.
So it's cool. Of course, I mean you fight like literal space god and ocean god and every other god.
At the end of season 1, Underworld Big God.
Yeah. Oh, and then what's his name? The guy that's like a wolf. I'm trying to the main villain of season 2.
Oh,
Like past season
Garu.
2, Garu. Like he is a super big villain. Like he starts like copying abilities from One Punch Man type of thing. So it's really cool. I'm liking the manga so far.
Yeah, I think doesn't it have it's confirmed for the next season?
Yes, there's a season 3.
That'll be cool. Hopefully they animate it better than season 2.
And don't give it to a romance studio that's just known for romance anime.
Yeah, that's very bizarre.
Yeah. Anyways,
I'm sure Mappa will animate it. They just animate everything nowadays.
yeah, they don't need to like worry about like workers' rights or anything like that.
Yeah.
All right, so we got one news article I wanted to talk about. I didn't realize it, but it's actually from Variety, which is weird. I don't think I've ever looked at a Variety website.
Do you look at Amazon all the time? That did.
Go home, you're fired.
Yay!
Anyways, the title of it is Studio Ghibli President Hoshino Koji resigns. And then it goes into that Hoshino Koji was the president from 2013, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2008, I believe.
And he's been the president since then. He's resigning now. But the interesting part is it could be related to, I guess, this big like controversy that Studio Ghibli is having with like a former, because the new president had a controversy
Yeah.
where he like helped
A woman
in Thailand
and
start
gave her
businesses.
jobs and stuff. It's very bizarre.
It's really odd. I would suggest you guys read the article itself, but it's interesting because it's weird that I saw it because I've been seeing the newer films from Studio Ghibli, like Earwig and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I wonder if the president is quitting because of just like how weird the movies are
Yeah.
and how bad they probably are doing. But then I saw there's like this big scandal and stuff like that, and I'm just like, that's even weirder. So yeah, there's an interesting article. But anyways, the president of Studio Ghibli is going to be currently resigning, and the new
president is the old president.
Yeah, because he resigned back in 2008.
Yeah, he stepped down in 2008. This guy took over, and now he's taking it over back from him. This guy that was president before 2008, that's coming back as president, is the one that had the scandal.
Right.
Which is really bizarre, because usually it's like, oh, this CEO had a scandal and now he's stepping down. It's like, no, the CEO's replacement had a scandal and he's stepping up into CEO. It's like, what? This doesn't make any sense.
So yeah, there's a lot of things going on there.
But they have released official statements that are like, this has nothing to do with the scandal. He's just retiring.
Which sounds
Definitely.
Which sounds like board speak for yeah, we had to make this go away quietly.
Into the night.
Yeah. So
I'm guessing he probably was just like, there's this scandal stuff going down. I don't want to deal with it. I want to retire anyways.
He is like 67 years old.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
I want to make cartoons.
I want to start a YouTube channel.
Oh Lord, no.
That's what he's thinking.
That would be kind of funny.
I mean, that's what happened to Butch Hartman.
I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, it was a cartoonist for Nickelodeon, did like Fairly Odd Parents and Danny Phantom and stuff. Now he's got a YouTube channel.
Huh.
Nice.
That's cool. I mean, that's kind of also
Probably
like
the freedom.
Yeah.
He had some disagreements with Nickelodeon, so
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, like the creator of Phineas and Ferb is like a big TikTok star now.
Yeah,
So
he is.
Oh, jeez.
it's weird.
TikTok is to actors and animators, I feel, as Caesar's Palace is to stage performers in Las Vegas.
Sure.
It's just where you go to die.
Maybe not. I don't know. They seem to be doing well
No,
on
it's-
these.
yeah,
I
I
mean,
think-
they do in Las Vegas too, because tons of old ladies and old men that want to blow their money go there.
I mean, I feel like some of the stuff is kind of cool because it's the creators can finally just be like talking to people about the stuff that
right.
they've made. So it's kind of cool. Like if you want to, you get to just like hang out with fans because you're on TikTok. They also use it as marketing for their shows and stuff,
It's pretty effective too.
which makes sense. Brilliant strategies.
I don't know. I think it's a good idea to do like like if you're a big movie star and you're not on like YouTube or Facebook or
Yeah.
not Facebook, TikTok. I guess Facebook.
Who uses
too.
Facebook anymore?
Old people?
I got in there one day and about 30 ads popped. I'm like, this is not what I remember.
Yeah.
I'm out.
It's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're not on that, then you're not doing it right. It seems like now.
Did you know there's a new show about that Dan Povenmire, the creator of Phineas and Ferb, has made? Probably not, because the only place it's advertised is on TikTok, because he's the only one that advertises it.
Yeah.
Because Disney never mentions it. So
I don't get on TikTok, so
I've just seen this.
I get on there and like
On
the few
YouTube.
times I've been on there, I just feel like my brain just cringe at most of what I see.
I usually only watch YouTube Shorts, which is not any better, but it's
Yeah.
in your face everywhere, all the time.
The other thing I think is creators like will make a show that they really like, and then it'll get canceled because it doesn't do well enough.
Yeah.
So they're like, I want to keep making the show.
Yeah,
I'm going to advertise it on.
I
Right.
think the internet's
TikTok
a
or
wonderful
whatever.
platform for things like that. It's just most of the time you have to wade through a septic tank of crap to get to it.
Yeah. Like, oh my gosh. YouTube Shorts, you'll be scrolling through it and you'll literally get just porn ads.
Yeah. I don't know. I always
It's
get
weird.
I
I don't know how they're on
every
there.
day I go through shorts. There's this random lady who does the same dance routine, just different clothing every
Yep.
time. It's like,
Yeah, it's
what the
literally-
heck?
There's so many things that are literally the same thing
over,
over and
and
over
over
again.
and over.
There is a guy that makes like parody short videos that's kind of funny where like
Scumbag Dad.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
like
Scumbag Dad's pretty good.
reacting to this guy and be like, this is a terrible way to do this. Look how he's doing this. And then he just like turns to the guy that's reacting and just like
Yeah.
beats him up. He's like, hey, what are you doing?
Okay, creators like that, they're actually
Yeah.
doing stuff.
Yeah.
That's unique. That's not
It's
just
unique. But it's also
Hey.
like, it's funny because his videos are so dumb because they only are funny if you know what the like
That
this
is
thing
true.
is that he's making fun of, and then you look at the thing is he's making fun of. You're like, oh my goodness, this is just brain rot.
But if you think
Stupid
about it, people are
material.
scrolling through TikTok, seeing all this crap, and then he pops on. And that's where the funny part is. It's
Yeah.
like the end of a joke.
Yeah, some of his stuff is really well produced too.
It
for
is.
like he did one where it's like the whole thing is in reverse. Like he did it backwards and then like reversed it,
Yeah.
so he's like walking forward.
makes me
That's so wild.
just made me think of an animated short scene where it's Doom Slayer discovers TikTok and it's like a demon reacting to a demon who's reacting to a
Yeah.
challenge. Oh my gosh, why would you do that?
Oh, those
That's
are
basically
so
Scumbag
awful.
Dad. There's a couple other creators I do like on there. Like there's this one guy. He has a regular YouTube channel, but he also does just like shorts about sword and weapon making and combat.
Okay, I
stuff.
like
Yeah,
that stuff.
some of
I
that
might be
stuff
a
is
bit
cool.
biased because I love swords and weapons.
But it's kind of refreshing when he also does comparisons to like media, sci-fi, and fantasy things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So like you'll be scrolling through this crap because you're halfway addicted to it. So you just keep on scrolling. And then he'll pop up. He's just like, "Can a space marine fight a Darlak?" And you're just like, this is good content.
The best thing of shorts is when you find a creator that you like, and then you can go watch their normal videos.
Yes,
That's great.
that is great.
There's also this really funny cooking guy who just kind of like insults you while in himself while making food. That guy's really funny too.
Huh.
Like, there's a lot of talented people, and I like how they're using the format short content to actually produce good content.
Yeah.
Where so many people take the short content style and just produce crap because it gets views and likes.
Mm-hmm. I mostly hate shorts, but some people do actually put effort into it, and then those videos are actually like decent.
I think that's
know,
why
I prefer boxer briefs to shorts.
I don't know. Have you ever slept in shorts?
Boxer brief to shorts?
I'm
so
joking,
you just
I'm
walk
joking.
outside in boxer briefs instead of wearing shorts?
It is very freeing.
That's my dad joke for the day. Night, week, whatever this is.
Year.
This algorithm loop that we're trapped in.
Wait until they
So-
scroll up. Then it'll be free.
Speaking of memes, you watched the D&D movie.
I did. I went on opening night to see Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves. And what I can say is, having watched every single Dungeons and Dragons movie, I was pretty happy with this. Like, it's
Nice.
not by any means a perfect movie, but I forgot how good of an actor Chris Pine is.
He's pretty good.
Honestly, out of the cast, I'd say he was the best. Like,
I think he is the most well known. There is that what's her name? The girl that plays in Fast and Furious.
yeah.
I think she's like a rogue or something.
No, actually, Chris Pine is like a bard rogue type character.
Oh,
Actually, a bard is, or not the bard, the rogue is actually like one of the villains in the show. So, or movie.
That makes sense.
Was there honor among thieves?
There was honor among thieves, and
Good.
it was like so many things in that whole movie were so freaking relatable to running a D&D game for you guys.
Wow. Thanks.
Like,
So you're just in the movie theater like, I can relate to
yes,
that.
there were so many times where like, I know who did that. I know who you are.
That's great.
both mean weaves are blameless and angels.
Yes, we're the greatest role-playing
eh,
people on this planet.
you had your stint as a murder hobo, Weeze.
You had your stint as a murderer.
It was a villain campaign, okay?
Still,
All right,
Murder
anyways.
hobos are fun.
Visually, the movie was really good. There's two sections that I would complain about. One of them I understand why, because they literally were having a hard time with it. There's a part where like a druid is trying to escape an area and it's all CGI or like digitally done.
yeah.
And the very, very ending part was a little lackluster. But I was reading a thing where they said they were having a really hard time with that.
Wasn't this like a Lionsgate film or something?
Yeah.
So it's
No,
like
this was a Paramount film.
Paramount.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought it was like a not AAA but like AA studio.
Yeah.
But Paramount.
And
that's
then
pretty
there's
good.
a part where there's a halfling character and the barbarian was talking to the halfling. She's already like a really big person, but it just, the whole scene felt awkward because they just like miniaturized an actual person. And it's just like
The Hobbit effect.
yeah, no, Hobbit effect wasn't even that bad compared to
the
this.
Hobbit
Oh.
effect, they just
Like,
used like
The
movie
Hobbit
magic.
made them like child sized.
Yeah.
Halflings in this were like tiny.
Oh, so they're like an actual like 3 foot tall halfling.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it kind of felt awkward because like I'm used to seeing in D&D art like halflings actually be proportionately correct to their size,
Yeah.
not just grown man shrunk down.
Oh, yeah.
Great part.
Instagram filter, go.
Yeah, pretty much that's what it felt like. But really good world setting. They did Forgotten Realms for anyone that knows Dungeons and Dragons. It's centered around Neverwinter, which
That's
is like
cool.
a big city and like the lore and stuff for the game.
Yeah.
And just the quest was good. It had a real heavy kind of Guardians of the Galaxy vibe to it. Just like it didn't take itself ultra serious, but not in a way it was making fun of anything.
I feel like in a D&D campaign, like D&D show, movie, whatever, you can't take yourself serious.
No.
I mean, that's why Ex Machina did so well.
Yeah. It's just literally bad players.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it just all the characters fit really good. You had the dumb barbarian, the clever bard, the druid, who I don't know if the actress was just uncomfortable with the role. I know that she was looking forward to doing it,
Yeah.
but she was a tiefling, and I think she was trying to go for edgy, and she just kind of came across as that awkward person in the group.
Maybe she was going for the awkward person.
She
in the
might
group
have
and She
been.
just played the role really
And
well.
then they had a wild magic sorcerer who was a really good character. It just everyone kind of fit in their roles. And I would say one thing with the whole movie. Going into it, don't look at it as it's just a fantasy movie. If you play D&D, you have to look for all those little tells that make it feel like a game.
Okay.
Like there's one part where the sorcerer is casting a spell, and suddenly, randomly, his foot, like they're trying to sneak past these guards, and he gets his foot caught in a hole. Well, like if you've never played D&D or any role-playing game, that makes no sense. But if you've played a role-playing game, you know it's like, oh, he failed his stealth check.
Yeah.
It's
I
like,
am 100% sure I've had somebody do that in a game.
oh yeah, no, this was great because it's like he's like casting an illusion. All of a sudden, the illusion starts like distorting and stuff. Like, what the
That's
heck?
funny.
But all the monsters were really good. They actually had like some of the different races and stuff. Like, there's a few dragonborn and stuff. Like, they put practical effects in there.
Nice.
Fights, like there wasn't a super ultra heavy amount of combat in it, but what there was really good and just good show. Like I said, not perfect. It does feel a little disjointed, but that's where you have to kind of remember it's a D&D game.
Right.
And I had to keep reminding myself, because why does this feel like all over the place? It's like, oh yeah, because it's sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
But they did it in a way good enough to where if you've never played D&D, you know nothing about D&D, you can still enjoy it. It's a good high fantasy movie.
That's good, because I know for a fact D&D has gotten really popular, but not to the point where it'd make a movie do well. So they had to do it where an average person could just go to the movie and enjoy it.
An old person could take like their 13-year-old or whatever grandkid with them and enjoy it.
That's good.
If they like fantasy.
Right. I liked how they did produce the trailer more like a fantasy than being like, oh, this is D&D. Like, look at this dragonborn. Look at this beholder. Like,
yeah.
Imagine if they did it like Lego movie style, where the end of it is just like zooms out and just these people.
It's just miniatures and just like a crayon drawn map.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been great.
And it's like, I'm gonna attack the dragon.
They attack the darkness.
First time going to a movie and seeing like the place just fully packed.
That is cool. I'm glad to see it.
It was even so much so, like the town that I went to, the biggest game store around there was actually they're hosting a D&D table.
Oh, really?
They had
That's
like
awesome.
all their displays on, or their miniatures on display.
Oh, that's amazing. Great.
So yeah.
You went to the main one in. Try not to give us away where we live.
The main city in western Lower Michigan, yes.
The one that's named after a festival ride, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He's so confused.
Secrecy is key.
What I do not to dox us, okay?
I want to watch the Mario movie.
I do too.
Mario.
I'm probably gonna watch it this weekend. I think.
Yeah, I will if I'm able to.
Can you do it while eating mushrooms?
The only way to do
Yes.
it. I mean, Jet Black is gonna be not Jet Black.
Jack Black.
Jack Black.
Jack Black is Bowser.
Chris Pratt is Mario.
Chris
with
Pratt
his
is Mario.
Mario
That's
voice.
so cool. Michael Keegan Kay is Toad, and I don't remember the other guy. Luigi.
Seth Rogen,
Seth
is,
Rogen
Donkey
is Donkey
Kong.
Kong.
What
guess.
isn't Seth Rogen in?
And Luigi is
good
Charlie.
movies?
Charlie Day is Luigi,
Oh, okay, that's cool.
and Princess.
But most importantly, is there a Waluigi?
Probably not.
Probably
maybe could be a
Like a
secret.
cameo or something.
Anna Taylor-Joy
No idea who that is.
is Peach. The movie looks way better than it has any right to be,
Yeah,
and yeah,
I'm gonna watch
I'm
it.
hyped.
I'll probably enjoy it and then think about it for a while and then say it's a bad movie.
That's all movies.
I feel like I'm gonna like it. I feel like it gives me like Lego movie vibes. of like this is
It-
going to
okay,
be all good.
It could be Lego Movie, or it could just be
I don't think it's gonna
random
be-
animated movie numbered 52.
I don't think it's going to be as good as the Lego movie, but I think it's going to have similar vibes where it's going to be like that was a pretty fun Mario movie.
I guess.
And then you
I
turn
guess
around and
there's-
watch the 90s live action
I guess
Mario
there's
movie.
rumors that it's gonna start like a cinematic universe or
No,
something. Like you're gonna have
no.
the Mario like. Okay, if they did a Luigi's Mansion spin-off, that would be awesome.
Okay,
That would be kind of.
I
here's
would
the thing.
watch that.
You can have sequels. You don't need to make a cinematic universe.
That's true, yeah.
Like they don't all need to interconnect. It's kind of like with the D&D thing. You can have D&D movie number 1. You can have number 2. They don't have to
You could
connect.
also
like they're
make
just
it
their own thing.
a universe, but make it very loose where it doesn't feel like you have to watch one to watch the other. Just like this kind of takes place in the same world. Just so you recognize like, oh, this is about Luigi. It's the same kind of design as Luigi from the last movie.
Batman
it's-
knows Superman exists but never acknowledges it.
Yeah, like it doesn't have to be like in the same world. It can just be its own story that is in the same world, but it doesn't matter to the story at all.
You know, that is kind of why the DC animated cinematic universe works.
Yeah.
Because instead of having a Superman film and then a Batman film, and they say they exist together, but they don't really show each other,
Mhm.
you just have random superheroes showing up in people's movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what makes it work. So I mean, if they did
You don't
have
need
this,
a Mario movie and then a Luigi's Mansion movie and then a Mario and Luigi movie
No.
that like brings it together.
No.
Like you can just do whatever.
Hey,
You
you
can-
like Luigi? Here's his movie.
Yeah.
it would be
Like the
kinda-
Lego Batman movie. It's
Yeah.
it's technically in the same universe as the Lego movie because they like
Right.
reference stuff from it. But it's not. It's just its own like you
Thing.
don't need to watch anything else to understand it.
That is true. So I don't know. It could be good. I mean, I wouldn't mind if the movie does really well and it's actually good if they do a couple more Mario
Yeah.
movies. I like Mario. I just don't want them to ruin it with
mean, they can-
another
yeah.
cinematic universe.
They could definitely make a bunch of trash movies and be like, this is the Mario universe. But I know Nintendo is really like strict about who uses their property and how they use it.
Right.
So I think it's probably going to be at least a decent movie.
They got burned once and it's taken them almost 30 years to recover.
That is true.
And I like Mario enough that I am down for a decent Mario movie.
Well, let's
Sounds
hope it's
fun.
good. I will find out this weekend, maybe.
Apparently, critics don't like it, and the people do like it.
Okay.
And some critics,
Okay, in a
some
case like
critics
that,
like it.
that means
some
it's-
don't.
okay, when cri-
most people.
When
like
critics
it.
don't like a movie, it's good.
yeah,
Hands
that's true.
down, it's
like
good.
it's gonna be fun and it's gonna be good.
Because critics
'Cause-
literally sit there and check box off stuff.
Right.
Although there's a lot of critics that have like all the reviews I've seen were all like, "This is a pretty great movie," and then there's like overall critic score is bad. So I don't
Please, I hate to tell you this sad news, but you're a critic.
know.
technically
Yeah.
we all are.
But I'm not on Rotten Tomatoes critic kind of thing. So
Why
no, you're
aren't we?
worse. You're a YouTube
I'm
critic.
YouTube critic. I'm
He
not
has the
much of a
power to
critic.
cancel.
I'm more of an analyzer.
The only power he has is to be canceled.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Like a cockroach.
Yeah, basically. Well, I think that's about it that we got.
Yeah.
Unless you guys can pull anything
I
out
don't
of
know. How
the
can we
thin air.
pad out 2 minutes of audio?
Well, we can pad out 2 minutes by saying thanks for watching. Hope you liked the show. If you did, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the follow button, hit all the buttons. You know, all the buttons on your screen. Just click them at least
Hit the report
once.
But
channel button.
if you hit the dislike button and the like button, hit the dislike button first.
Yeah, some of them you have to do in order. It's like a quick time event.
Yes.
If you do it right, you get a high score or a virus.
So
one of the two.
So then is it like dislike, like, report?
you know what? It's for them to figure out. That's the fun of the game.
yeah.
But anyways, thank you all for watching. I have been Boom. I've been with Wheeze.
Hi, I'm Wheeze.
He's got a YouTube channel.
I do. It's called KBW. Check out at KBW Anime on YouTube.
It's cool stuff. You should definitely watch it.
Yeah.
Kaboom.
2 thumbs up.
Trigun video coming out
Yeah.
soon.
I've also been with the Ramen of the Cats, or the Cats of the
Yeah.
Ramen. I
Yeah.
forgot your name.
Ramen cat.
There we go.
You can check him out. He works at.
Yeah, I work here.
You can check him out on the Intergalactic Space News Network. I'm sure he's wanted in a couple countries. Probably.
You can find me on Twitter at RamenCat13.
Oh, yeah, I know
don't
he was on the internet somewhere.
once in a while, I might post something. It's generally been about anime,
Yeah.
and it's about it.
Nice.
Twitter doesn't interest me. Internet doesn't interest me much anymore.
The AI is the future.
That's kind of why I'm not interested. Because when they take over, I'm gonna be like, I'm a new species. Don't squish me.
Anyways, yeah. Thank you all, and we'll see you in the next one.
Meow meow.
Bye.
Bye.